Let's get to the WNBA, where Chicago Sky rookie forward Angel Reese was ejected from the game last night against the New York Liberty after drawing consecutive technical fouls. Angel Reese is a rising star in the WNBA, drafted 7th overall by the Sky 2 months ago. The ejection happened after Reese was called for her 5th foul and was, quote, disrespectfully addressing, end quote, official Charles Watson.
Did you hear about the $9,000 WNBA ticket? You read that right. $9,000 for a single game. And it's all because of 2 players, Clark and Angel Reese. These 2 are setting the league on fire, but not just with their play on the court. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Reese just accused Clark of chasing paychecks by going to Europe. But here's what's crazy. Clark never even mentioned Reese. So what's really going on here? Is this about basketball, money, or something deeper? Let's dive into this heated rivalry that's making the WNBA more expensive than some NBA games.
Reese made it clear that fans are watching women's basketball not because of, quote, one player, but because of her as well. Reese addressed the media following that controversial technical foul on her teammate, Kennedy Carter, who shoved Clark. Today, the WNBA rescinded the second technical upon further review, according to a league source, which does not mean much at this point in my estimation.
Let's talk about WNBA tickets for a second. You used to be able to snag one for like $20. Now, they're selling for thousands. It's wild. Imagine walking into an arena packed with screaming fans, the energy electric. But this isn't the NBA Finals or some huge concert. It's a regular season WNBA game. That's how much things have changed. Ticket prices are going through the roof. Some fans are losing their minds, saying it's unfair, and pricing out the average person. Others are pumped, seeing it as a sign that women's basketball is finally getting the respect it deserves. But what's causing this crazy spike? 2 names keep coming up, Clark and Angel Reese. These rookies are tearing up the league, breaking records like it's nothing. Clark's dishing out assists like a seasoned pro, making passes that leave defenders spinning.
She's the first rookie to win WNBA Player of the Month since the award's inception in 2010, and last night it was no exception. They were sky high for Clark and the Fever, but to start the season, they had a little bit of a rough go of it. They lost their first 5 games. They ended up 1-8 through their first 9 games, and during that first month, the playoffs, they didn't feel realistic at all. Indy entered the Olympic break 11-15 on the year, and then they really turned it around. They've won 7 of their 8 since. They clinched a playoff berth for the first time since 2016, which, by the way, was the last year of Hall of Famer and franchise icon Tamika Catchings.
She's not just good, she's changing how the game is played. Reese, she's a beast on the boards. When a shot goes up, you can bet Reese is coming down with that rebound. She's playing with an intensity that's got everyone talking. But here's where it gets really interesting. This Clark-Reese rivalry isn't just about what's happening on the court. It's getting personal. We're talking social media callouts, press conference jabs, the whole 9 yards. These 2 aren't just competing for rebounds and assists. They're fighting for the spotlight, for endorsements, for who's going to be the face of the league. Remember that $9,000 ticket I mentioned earlier? Yeah, that's for their next matchup. $9,000. That's more than some people pay for NBA playoff games. It's insane. But it shows you just how big this rivalry has become. People aren't just paying to see a basketball game, they're paying to see the next chapter in this unfolding drama. You know what's even crazier? This feud isn't just about stats or who's the better player. There's something deeper going on here. We're talking about race, about media coverage, about who gets to be the golden girl of the league. It's like all these underlying tensions in women's basketball are bubbling up to the surface, and Clark and Reese are right at the center of it all. Remember how we said this wasn't just about basketball? Well, Reese just proved it. She's calling out Clark for something completely off the court. It's a move that's got fans, players, and even the media divided. But the real question is, why now? And what's Clark going to do about it? Imagine you're Angel Reese. You're breaking records, dominating the boards, and playing your heart out. But every time you turn on ESPN or scroll through Twitter, it's all Clark all the time. What do? Well, if you're Reese, you drop a bombshell that shakes up the entire league. Reese just accused Clark of chasing paychecks by going to Europe.
She has lived up to expectations, right? I'm looking at her the way I look at LeBron James, right? For us, just in the women's side of things, and the hype that she had, the expectations she had.
Let's start with the rookie, Clark Kent. Superwoman, you see what I did there? She was on a tear, and last night was no different. Wings, fever. Caitlin Clark set to go as she broke the single-season assist record.
She's been playing like a top 5 player in the league. She's been regularly dishing out double-digit assists in that time frame. Teams can no longer blitz her and trap her.
Yeah, you heard that right. She's basically saying Clark's more interested in fat contracts than growing the game at home. But here's the thing. Clark never even mentioned Reese or her plans. So why is Reese coming at her like this? Is it jealousy? Maybe Reese is feeling overlooked, watching Clark get all the attention. Or is it a strategic move? By calling out the league's golden girl, Reese is guaranteed to make headlines. But there might be something deeper going on here. Let's break down what Reese actually said, because it's not just about money. She's painting a picture of Clark as someone who's out for herself, not the league. Reese is tapping into this idea that true ballers stay and build up their home league, while Clark's jumping ship for Euros. But you know what's really wild? Reese isn't stopping at Clark's career moves. She's going after Clark's fans too. Reese is claiming that Clark's supporters are causing problems at games, and she's not talking about rowdy cheering. She's talking about racism. Yeah, it's getting that serious. Reese is basically saying, look, it's not just about what happens on the court. Clark's fans are making the game ugly, and she's not doing anything about it. It's a heavy accusation, one that's got people taking sides real quick. Now you'd think with all this drama, Clark would be firing back, right? Nope, she's staying completely silent. No tweets, no press conferences, no clapbacks. Clark's letting her game do all the talking, which is either the smartest move ever or a ticking time bomb. You'd expect Clark to be shouting from the rooftops about her insane stats, right? Wrong. She's breaking records left and right, but off the court, it's crickets. What's her endgame? And more importantly, can silence really be louder than words in the world of pro sports? Let's talk about Caitlin Clark's game for a second. This rookie is not just good, she's rewriting the WNBA record books. She's already smashed the rookie assist record with 329, leaving Ticha Penicheiro's 1998 record in the dust.
WNBA Player of the Week. There have only been 40 triple-doubles in the history of the WNBA. Cheryl Swoops recorded the first WNBA triple-double during the 1999 season, while Caitlin Clark logged the most recent triple-double earlier this week. She now has 102 on the season and is 19 away from Diana Taurasi in second place and 26 away from UNESCO of the New York Liberty. She ain't beating Asia Wilson for the MVP, but she's beating Angel Reese for the Rookie of the Year. That's a wrap. That's over. And props to Angel Reese, who's had a good year, by the way.
And get this, she's the first rookie ever to post a triple-double in the WNBA. That's insane. But Clark's not stopping there. She's draining threes like it's nothing, setting the rookie record with 120 made three-pointers in a season. Her stats are mind-blowing: 18 points, 8.1 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game. She's not just leading the league in assists, she's on track to break the overall single-season assist record. Clark's not playing like a rookie, she's playing like a seasoned vet with something to prove. Now you'd think with all these accomplishments, Clark would be all over social media, right? Bragging about her game, clapping back at her haters. Nope. Radio silence. It's like she's in her own little bubble, just focused on the game. No tweets, no press conferences, no drama.
Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever had over 1.8 million viewers. This is now on an NFL Sunday. They had over 1.8 million viewers, and the rest of the games had around 400,000 viewers. These people are coming in waves to watch one player who has sold out every single arena that she has played in this season. I have not seen the viewership reports for the games last night yet, but I'm sure that it is probably double of what the Indiana Fever game got on Sunday.
Just buckets and assists. But here's where it gets interesting. While Clark's letting her game do the talking, some players are accusing her of benefiting from racist fans. That's a heavy accusation. You'd think Clark would want to address that, right? Clear the air, set the record straight? But nope, she's still not saying a word. Is Clark taking the high road, or is she plotting her next move? Some experts think it's a tactical decision. By staying quiet, she's avoiding the distractions and keeping her focus where it matters, on the court. And it seems to be working. In a recent game, Clark dished out her 2-on-25th assist, further cementing her status as the assist queen of the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark became the first ever rookie in WNBA history to record a triple-double twice in the same season. In that game, Clark scored her 103-point shot this season, becoming just the 6th woman. My WNBA Player of the Week, surprise, surprise, Indiana Fever rookie sensation, Caitlin Clark. There's nothing really to say other than that. She's winning Rookie of the Year. She's a top candidate for league MVP, honest.
But you gotta wonder, how long can she keep this up? The pressure's building. Every game, every assist, every three-pointer is just adding fuel to the fire. People are waiting for Clark to crack, to finally respond to all the noise. But so far, she's cool as ice, letting her game speak for itself. While Clark's silence speaks volumes, there's a storm brewing behind the scenes. Remember Angel Reese? She's not just trash-talking anymore. There's a scandal so big it could shake the WNBA to its core. What if I told you this rivalry isn't just about who's the better player? You know how everyone's been talking about Clark's amazing stats and Reese's fiery comments? Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's something way bigger going on, and it's about to blow up. We're talking serious accusations against Reese. And not just any accusations, we're talking performance-enhancing drugs. Yeah, steroids. That's huge. Think about it. Reese has been coming at Clark hard lately, right? But what if it's not just about basketball? What if Reese is trying to distract everyone from her own problems? It's like when a magician waves one hand to distract you from what the other hand is doing. Reese might be pulling the ultimate misdirection play. Let's break down the timeline for a second. The steroid allegations against Reese? They started popping up in early September 2024. And guess what? That's right around the time Reese started going after Clark. Coincidence? Maybe. But it's looking pretty suspicious. Here's where it gets even crazier. Reese's coach, Teresa Weatherspoon, got fired. The official reason? They say she was enabling Reese's actions. And if that's not enough drama for you, the Chicago Sky is suing Reese. This isn't just some Twitter beef anymore. We're talking serious legal stuff. Now, some experts are saying Reese's comments about Clark chasing paychecks in Europe are looking pretty hypocritical. I mean, if these steroid allegations are true, who's really trying to get ahead unfairly here? But here's the real kicker. If these accusations turn out to be true, it could change everything about this rivalry. We're not just talking about a few games suspended. We're talking potential lifetime bans. The entire narrative could flip. Reese could go from rising star to cautionary tale real quick. And the WNBA? They're in a tough spot. This isn't just about two players anymore. It's about the integrity of the whole league. Do they address this head on, or do they try to sweep it under the rug and hope it goes away? Either way, they're walking a tightrope. This Clark versus Reese rivalry, it's not just changing the game, it's redefining women's basketball. The WNBA's never seen anything like this. We're talking record-breaking performances, $9,000 tickets, and scandals that could shake the league to its core. But you know what's really wild? It's not just about what happens on the court anymore. This rivalry is pushing the WNBA into the spotlight like never before. Viewership is through the roof, especially among Hispanic and Black audiences. We're seeing a 60% jump in viewers of color compared to last year. That's huge. What happens next? That's up to Clark, Reese, and the league. But one thing's for sure, women's basketball will never be the same. The game's changing, and we're all along for the ride.